Last month was Marshall's birthday and his death anniversary. And like I shared many times and will continue to, we try not to put any major pressure on it. I let it flow and evolve every time for what I'm open to in that moment. What works for me, what works for our family, what works with our schedule, and find ways that are meaningful to honor him and to celebrate his life and love that we always carry with us. This year we went out for dinner to a restaurant in town, and the kids had both asked if we could do that, and everyone thought that would be a great idea. And we had a lovely dinner celebrating him. And at the end of the evening, I thanked the chef, and he asked what we were out for tonight, if it was a special occasion. And he's a wonderful man, an excellent chef, and it's my favorite restaurant in our town. And I told him we were there celebrating my son's birthday, and he asked how old he is. And so I said he would have been 12 this year, and we're out to celebrate his life tonight. And I could see he was taken back, and in that moment, the look of shock on his face, and then following comments of something along the lines of, wow, okay, I think that's cool that you're still celebrating him after all this time. Good for you. And he meant it with full faith and love and kindness, but those words got inside of my head. And when we went to the bathroom and kind of shook it off, and I'm looking in the mirror and I think, okay, I felt kind of shameful and embarrassed that, we're celebrating him out loud and in public and, talking about it with people, even though I work in this space day to day. And even though I know what's right, I came home that evening and I had a little debrief with Dan about it, talking about how much confusion I had. And I was feeling kind of these emotions of shame and guilt and questioning myself. And are we doing what's right for Aiden and Lily? And all of these things. And so I'm glad that I expressed them. In the moment, I was disappointed that I was feeling them. And I share them with you now because I want you to know you are not alone. We all feel these things at times. So please learn from my stories if you can, and remind yourself to be gentle and hold forgiveness and grace for yourselves and others as we figure out how these moments work. There was no shame meant to be in that moment, and it was a beautiful thing that we were doing. And that's the way I choose to carry Marshall with me. And sometimes those conversations are going to come up that don't always sit right or don't always feel right. But that's because we've lost our children, and that doesn't always feel right or sit right. This month of December, our theme is all about living in the joy and the pain. And so at our talk last week, I had fellow community member Kathy Decker from Avery's Legacy come out, and we did a local talk on love, loss, and legacy. And one of the things that Kathy shared that really amplifies this idea and really connected with the audience and people have been talking about since is she shared a story about how in the beginning of her grief, she was really trying to find ways to test the waters. She was living so much in pain, and that had enveloped her whole life after losing Avery. And as she was starting to take steps back into feeling joy again, or into having these moments, talking about her daughter Addison and having her kindergarten or preschool graduation, and being so happy and proud in that moment, but then at the same time, feeling so sad and hurt that Avery would never have those moments. And this realization that as time goes on, it's not one or the other. It's not joy or pain, suffering or happiness. That we learn through all different ways to live in both the joy and the pain. And that's just one example. I'm sure many of you have experienced this in your life as you progress through this. I also wanted to share that in those early months and years, I thought I would never feel joy again. And in that feeling, I was not only scared, but I was angry, and I didn't know what to do with that anger. We will be talking a little bit more about this throughout the month. I can happily share, and I have many times, that I do feel joy again. I can experience awe again, and I can't say for sure when it came back, but I'm grateful that it has. For those of you that are enveloped in the pain right now, hang on, know you're held within this community and in my heart. trust that joy can come back again, and that it won't mean the pain is gone. It won't mean that that connection isn't still there. There's a few things coming up this month that I'd like to remind everybody about, in that on the 11th, Trina will be providing us a new guided meditation. They come out on the 11th every month. If you haven't checked them out, please do. That we have an app. So if you would like to get this on your device, if you go to the App Store and download the Mighty Networks app, you just have to add our Carry You With Me community. It's also within the Carry You With Me community, there is a little short video where I walk through in a 2-minute video the steps on how to download the app, or if you click on the top under your profile and scroll down, there's a little spot there that says how to add that app. Last things to share this month, we're going to be also talking a little bit about grieving during the holidays for those celebrating any of the upcoming holidays this season. And at the end of the month, stay tuned for more information on this year's Grief Summit with Melo Garcia and friends of After Chloe. Sending love to you all always, and light. Take care, my friends.